Yeshiva World.
I've seen different people do different things with the nanuim. I just want to go through the different ways to do the nanuim, which are halachically correct. I'm using my pasula lulav and my pasula esrei. Okay, so I'm going to face forward because that's the direction you're going to be facing. Before I start, just want to clarify like this: there are three different issues you need to talk about when you're doing nanuim. We spoke about yesterday the issue: do you face each direction as you move around? You keep moving around, or you just stay put and put it over your shoulder. We spoke about yesterday. There's another issue, which is the question of direction. Which direction do you go? Do you start facing Mizrach and you go around to the right and then up and down, or do you follow the middle of the Rizal? So those are two manhagim, and you're probably familiar with that. I'm not going to discuss that. I want to discuss the issue is actually what do you do when you're doing nanuim? What exactly are you doing? So the halacha says that in order to fulfill nanuim, there should be kiskusim, which means your lulav should make a sound. If you have a totally closed lulav, you're not, according to some opinions, you're not fulfilling, the Mishabura holds you're not fulfilling the union of nanuim. So if a completely closed lulav has the mile, of course, that it doesn't split. All right, it's nothing to split about it. But Mishabura says you're not fulfilling the concept of of nanuim, which is actually osiranu atayar, that the trees are going to praise HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Also, the trees this is your tree, and it's praise HaKadosh Baruch Hu by the sound that it's making. So there's a union of what's called kiskusim, which is to make the sound. So when a person is doing nanuim, he should also be doing kiskusim. Okay, there's three different shitas how to do the kiskusim. The first shita is the Shulchan Aruch. So a person would be facing towards Mizrach. According to Shulchan Aruch, he goes out once and back once, and as he's going out once and going back once, he makes three movements with his hands. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. According to Shulchan Aruch, that's all you have to do. You've now fulfilled the nanuim in that direction, then you move to the next direction and do the same thing. The Ramah, in the first reading of the Ramah says you move back and forth 3 times. That's all he says. So Mishabura says that doesn't make any sense because you have to make kiskusim. So Mishabura says that it's not enough to just move back and forth 3 times. You have to actually make a shake as you move. So that's how the Mishabura seems to read the Ramah. According to the Ramah, you're going to make three movements back and forth, and each time you make one act of kiskusim, one act of shaking your lulav while you're doing it. There are some which say that according to you combine the two together. So you have, according to the Shulchan Aruch, you do 3 kiskusim out, 3 kiskusim back, and you do that 3 times. So you total of 18 kiskusim in each direction, which Pi Kabbalah is a wonderful number, etc. Okay. The Mishabura brings another opinion, which is the opinion of the Taz, that you do the following. You start over here next to your body, you move out without making any sound. Then you move it back 3 times, move back to your body, and you do again. So you've now done, again, the 3 kiskusim, but only in one act moving back and forth. And then you continue to do this without any kiskusim. That's the sheet of the Taz. Mishabur brings that in the Sharat Tziyun, and he says that's not the opinion that we follow. We follow the opinion before, which is you go back and forth 3 times, and as you're doing the back and forth 3 times, you make a kiskus each time you go. So we're going to do that again. So according to the way the Mishabur understands the way you're supposed to kiskusim, you go. You've done kiskusim in one direction. You do that in all the directions that you're doing that. Now, I do want to point out that at least the time you're making the bracha, you want to do that. That's the proper time to make the kiskusim properly. The Mishabura says whatever kiskusim you do, you're yotze b'diavad, as long as you do something. So this is not a ma'akev in how you do it. So whatever you do, you fulfill the concept of kiskusim. If you don't do any of nanuim, I'm sorry. If you have not done anything at all, Mishabura says you should take your lulav again. You just stood there and picked it up, and that's it. That's all you did. You have not fulfilled the mitzvah of nanuim. You should do your nanuim again. But as long as you've done some action of moving them back and forth with some type of sound, you fulfilled your union of doing the nanuim. So obviously the preferred way of doing that during the Hallel, to keep up with the chazan. The chazanim are not so nice necessarily. They don't give you too much time to keep up with them. So if you just at least move once, according to Shulchan Aruch, you move once back and forth, you fulfill the nanuim that way. Or according to the simple reading of the Ramah, 3 times back and forth, even without the kiskusin, you fulfill something. But again, that's not the preferred way of doing it. Okay, everybody say, have a good morning, have a good yom tov. Rabbi Hess is going to share a few